Assalamualaikum and a very good day to all of you. So today we will continue our chapter 4 by online learning. Okay, so in our last class for IT infrastructure, hardware and software topic, we have looked into IT infrastructure itself and also the explanation of hardware till the hardware trends. These are the student learning objectives that we have covered: the components of IT infrastructure and the major computer hardware, data storage, input and output technologies that been used in business and major hardware trends. So today we will continue to the software slide. Okay. The second part of this chapter is about computer software. So the major type of software, there are relationship among hardware, system software, application software and also user. So these relationships are illustrated by a series of nested boxes. Okay, there are nested boxes here. Okay. And as you can see here, the system software consisting of operating system, language translators and also utility program. Or in other words, the system software will control access to the hardware. And the application software, the level or the box that near to the user is comprised of programming language, fourth generation languages and also software packages and desktop productivity tools that interact primarily with the application software and also user. Okay, so application software and also user is interact primarily within this nested box. Okay, so please take your time to understand this. So at the center is the hardware. So without hardware, it's nothing. You need system software to operate the hardware. Okay, before you need the application software to be used by the user. Okay, next we will look one by one. The first one is operating system software. So the operating system software controls all the computer activities. So this operating system software have GUIs, graphical user interface, and nowadays it changed to the multi-touch. Multi-touch is, see, we have the smartphone. You touch everywhere in the smartphone in order for you to go for your application. That one is multi-touch. An example of PC operating system are like Windows, and the latest one is Windows 8, okay, like Mac computer, Unix and also Linux. So Unix and Linux, both these two are open source operating systems. And the next one, not only PCs have operating system, because in types of computer section, I have told you that our smartphone also can be considered as computer. Actually, we are bringing our computer every day. So this small gadget have its own mobile operating system like Chrome, Android and also iOS. Okay, so Chrome, Android is the open source for mobile operating system. Next, the application software and desktop productivity tools. So in this layer, okay, at the application software, okay, we have the programming languages for business. The programming language is C, the popular one, and then C++. C++ is the newer object-oriented version of C. And the next one is Visual Basic. So visual programming language for Microsoft Windows application that widely used by the programmer to build the program or system for the user. And then Java language. This one is operating system independent object oriented programming language. So this Java can be migrated to mobile application, game machine, cable TV system, meaning that the language itself can be used to do program in the mobile application, game machine, the small application. And also the Java have the Java virtual machine. Okay, the Java virtual machine. So the keyword here, you need to know that there are several programming language that can be used for business or to develop system for the user. Okay, so all the system that we use nowadays actually is developed by the programmers with several languages. It's not easy, okay? Maybe as a user, we only use our graphical user interface or multi-touch to access the system. But behind the scene, the programming language is used for the system that we use. The next one is software packages and desktop productivity tools such as word processing software, spreadsheet software, data management software, presentation graphics, software suites, and also web browser. Word processing software. Do you know the Word? Okay. Spreadsheet software like Excel, data management software like Access, presentation graphics like the PowerPoint. So all this from the Microsoft. We also have other software that provide from other company. Okay. Software suites is the Microsoft Office. So in the Microsoft Office, it have a bundle of word processing software, spreadsheet software, data management software, and presentation graphics. So put all in these software suites. And then web browsers such as Chrome, Google. So all these are software packages and desktop productivity tools that the customer or user can use. And the next one is web service. Okay, so web service is software components that exchange information with one another using universal web communication standards and language. So in this web service, XML is the foundation of the web service, and service-oriented architecture has been used for this web service. So look here, service-oriented architecture is a collection of service used to build an organization software system. It is a collection of service. Okay, service-oriented architecture used to build an organization software system. Okay, look here for the illustration of the web service. The company of Dollar ran a car system to provide a standard intermediate layer to talk to other companies like here Southwest Airline System, Tour Operator System, Travel Reservation System, and for the other systems, they use the web service to link to other companies. So with the web service, the rent-a-car system don't have to build a separate link to each firm system. It can be integrated together. Okay. Okay, like the software, like the hardware, software also has its own trend. Okay, the trend of the software nowadays, the open source software introduced like Linux, Apache, and we also have cloud-based software and tools. So all the software are free for certain use. Okay, for example, software as a service like the Google Doc, so you can use the software freely. The mashup Zip Reality uses Google Map and Zillow.com. You can go by yourself to Zillow.com, but mashup, you just imagine like the Google Maps. Okay, when you want to search for the map, okay, it customized to the personal search, and it's free. And also apps the mobile apps. Some of the apps are free that you can download. Okay, so this is the software trends: open source software, cloud-based software, and also tools. The next one is capacity planning and scalability for the hardware and also for the software. So when you want to buy or invest in hardware and software, you need to have capacity planning to process or predicting when hardware system becomes saturated, ensuring firm has enough computing power for current and future needs. So the factors in this capacity planning include: you have to know maximum numbers of users, impact of current or future software, and also the performance measures for the system that you use. These are all about the capacity planning. The next one is about scalability. So scalability, the different from the capacity planning, scalability is ability of system to expand to serve large numbers of users without breaking down. So when you want to hire the hardware or software, you need to know the capacity of the hardware itself and also the ability of the system to expand to serve large number of users without breaking down. Okay, so that's very important. So in managing hardware and software technology also, we need to know our total cost of ownership model. Okay, so this TCO used to analyze direct and indirect costs to help determine the actual cost of owning a specific technology. You need to know the actual cost. So these actual costs include the direct costs like hardware, software purchase costs, and also indirect costs like ongoing administration costs, upgrades, maintenance of the hardware, software, technical support of the hardware, software, training for the company, okay, and etc. etc. Okay, and the next one also, we have hidden costs actually, like support staff, downtime for the system, additional network management need, okay, in order to make the downtime become okay. So it involves these three costs. And actually, this TCO can be reduced through increased centralization, standardization of hardware and software resources. You centralize it. So you use the same family, okay, family of hardware and software. For example, if you buy hardware, so meaning that you have to plan lah at the very beginning, okay, so that you can centralize all the hardware and software resources in one unit. So in order for you to have the hardware and software with the company, okay, the company can use technology service providers by outsource it to external provider to run network, host, manage website, develop software, manage IT infrastructure. So you don't have to buy the technology, but you outsource it to external provider. And this outsource activity needs service level agreement. Okay, so the supplier must have some certain contract that need to maintain the hardware, the software at whatever quality. So the agreement between two parties to make sure the things works well. Also, the company can use cloud service. For example, SME, usually they will rent infrastructure from provider to avoid expenses of maintaining hardware and software on their own. It involves costs. For the bigger company, they use hybrid cloud computing model where they already have their own infrastructure, but for certain things or for certain periods, they will rent the infrastructure from the provider. Okay? And then managing mobile platform. So balancing gains in productivity from using mobile devices with expenses of equipping employees with this device. Okay. So it's about bring your own device. Nowadays the company facing problem when the employees have their own device. Okay. They bring it to the office and access the corporate portal with their device. So in order to balance gains in productivity from using mobile device with expenses of equipping employees with this device, so they try to give employee this device to make it standardized for them to easily monitoring the activity of the device in the organization. So they can use mobile device management. Okay, the IT department can use mobile device management or MDM software to monitor all the mobile device that was bring by the employee to the office. And lastly, managing software localization for global business. Okay, so you have your software, but you have to manage it for the global business. When you want to go to the global business, you need to think about the local language interfaces, because English not typically standard at middle or lower levels, and interfaces are complex, menu bars, error messages, online forms, search result, and so on. So it must be in the local language of the country that you want to go. And then this is differences in local cultures, so you have to take note into this, and also differences in business processes. Okay, the way they work. So you need to embrace all this difference. Okay, so actually all of these factors add to total cost of ownership of using the technology service providers, because of course you need to invest on other things, okay, to make sure that your system, the software localization for the global business can be achieved. Okay, so this is the chapter 4. Okay, we already finished chapter 4. It's about the infrastructure, hardware and software. So please remember, this chapter 4 also will be included in your midterm exams. Okay, so please come and see me, make an appointment. Okay, if you have any question regarding the online learning for this chapter 4. Okay, so please feel free to come and contact me. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum.